responsive.
To make the website work in any device.
Okay. Okay, so we can take any one. Yeah. Yes, we can take this. Okay. So here, this is the larger size of the screen. So in case if we're trying to open this project in a mobile view or tab view, means inside a mobile view and tab view also your project it has to support. Okay, you can see some website. For example, you can take a Flipkart. Okay, in a Flipkart, if you're trying to open in a mobile view also it will support. If you're trying to open in a laptop view also, the website it will support. Why? Because they are creating a website by using the responsive link. Okay. So here itself see inside the inspect. Okay. See. Okay. So here you're having an option. Okay, if you inspect your screen, you can able to see these options. In the middle of the screen, if you click this, it will come in a responsive thing. Okay, here also see we have in the mobiles option. Okay, so Samsung and Samsung Galaxy is a proper screen size. Okay, so if you are trying to open this project in a mobile, it will show like this. It's not coming in a proper way. Okay, because it is not in a response. We didn't add any responsive thing here. So responsive means when it's come to a CSS, if we are using a framework as an bootstrap or tailwind, okay, so both the bootstrap and tailwind also it's a CSS part only. Okay, by using a bootstrap or by using a tailwind, if you are creating a project, means automatically it will support in all the size of the screen. Okay, but in this project, we didn't use any bootstrap. We didn't use any frameworks here. We are just using the CSS styles only. So by using a CSS style itself, we want to make it in a proper responsive thing. Means we are having a only one option as a media query. Okay. So the media, we have to call the media query, and inside the media query, you have to call the each size of the screen. Okay, I think here you can see. Here, this is the size of the screen. Okay, so see, this is the size of the screen. So we have to call the media query and we have to call each size of the screen. Okay, and then wanting by using a CSS, we can able to make it in a responsive model. Without a media query, we want to use like a responsive thing. Means we having a tailwind and bootstrap also. But without using a bootstrap and without using a tailwind, by using a CSS itself, you want to make it in a proper responsive means you have to call the media query only. Okay, so you're going to do the first CSS project, right? So the first CSS, you're not supposed to use a bootstrap and tailwind. Only by using the CSS only, you have to create the project. So by using a CSS, if you're creating a project, if I'm trying to open your project in a mobile view or in a tab view, means definitely it will not support. Okay, so the image will go like this, or some form will come like this. So it will not come in a proper alignment. So in that case, we have to call the media query. Okay, so this is the console page. Okay, so here you can see we are having elements. Okay, so inside elements, what are the VS code we are done for this particular page, all the code it will come here. Okay, and then this is the console. So this console is for a testing purpose. After coming to the JavaScript, I will tell this. Okay, so in this element itself, so as we are a developer, okay, so in a real-time project solve, if we are creating a bigger size of the project. So in sometimes if we think if we want to change the color text here where we didn't have anything. Okay, we can change the color as a button. So in this itself, just see where is the button. I think this is the iframe. Yes, this is the iframe. Okay. So for that, for anchor link, we can try. So see, this is the anchor link. Okay. So suppose in you're making a green color for this anchor link, and you're thinking to change the green color into red to see the style of the web page. Means here itself, during the element itself, just call the style. Okay. See, it will change. Okay. But this text, it will not change in your VS Code. VS Code will having the same color. What color you are using inside this VS Code, same color only it will come. For testing purpose, you can use the elements also. Okay, for now you can check the red color, it is okay for humans. Then you can go to the VS Code and here you can able to change the color. Okay, so instead of running the code, making changes in a VS Code itself, after saving the file, and again you want to come to the browser and then only you can able to see the changes in the particular element. So in that case, if you are calling it this element from the console, if you are using this element, means automatically will color will change. So this is like a testing purpose only. Okay, see here also we have it. I think this is a different color. Where is this coming from? This one only. It's coming. Okay, so this is the console. In a JavaScript, after coming to this, we can use the console all. For now, for just check the responsive thing. Okay, in my device, it's taking a 412 and the larger size is 1200. You can check in your device which is the larger size of the screen and which is the smaller size of the screen. Okay, if you cannot able to find the pixel value for the screening size, just check with your mobiles here. Okay, you have even options here. Just click this, automatically the size of the screen it will change. So you have to call the size and then only in a responsive thing it will support. Okay, so now we are going to make some responsive thing. So what is the size of the screen? I think this one. For testing thing, we can just call the H1 tag. So if you want to make a proper style, we have to call the color red speaking. Okay. So for media query, you have to use this. Okay. So here only you have to call the pixel value. Minimum. What is the large? You can check here. Okay, so the default 766 is a mobile view. Okay, and 768 is a laptop view, and 992 is a small laptops, and the desktop is a 1200. Okay, so the largest size it will support in all the screening size. But when it's come to a mobile view only, you have to check in a console. Okay, here they're giving a 576 as a mobile view. Okay, so here also we can specify the same value and check whether it is correctly coming or not. So since it's a mobile view, right? So that we can make 5 pixels. The next value is what? 768. So for this, we can make a 15 pixel and we can change the color. So for tab view, nine ninety two. This is correct.
Oh, Shweta, I didn't get that. After style, we have wrote @media. Uh, I didn't get that. Media, then in media, is that a function? I mean, how we can say that?
First, we can check whether it is working correctly or not. For the larger size, this we can make it 35 pixel. The one is missing, right? The largest size of the screen is 1200. Okay. So here we are just creating a H1 tag. Okay, and in a normal CSS, okay, we didn't before that we didn't call any media query. Just we are calling a H1 tag, or you are creating a class name or ID name. Just we are calling a class name and ID name. We are making some other style for the H1 tag. Okay, so when we are opening your
Shweta,
project into your
Shweta, I'm so sorry. I didn't get it from starting. Can you please, see, we have
yeah, I'm
open an
telling.
HTML. We have open an HTML, which we have already created in our class, right? The
Yes.
response.html, right? And in that, right now, what our ask is, we want to write a code so that it can be responsive in a mobile. as well as it should be responsive in a laptop as well, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So for,
So
yeah,
before that, okay, so now you can forget the media query. Okay. So before that, we are just creating an H1 tag. Okay, and making a style for the particular H1 tag and making a font size. Okay, so we can hide this and check it.
we can also create an I mean this style in a different this as well, right? I mean, instead of writing it in an HTML, that is an inline, right? I mean, inline CSS, correct? Currently.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah,
Here,
so instead of inline, we can use the other one as well, right? S- a separate one.
it's a separate one. So here I'm just creating an H1 tag and making a color as a red. Okay, and I'm
Hmm.
just calling a 50 pixel. 50
Okay.
pixel is the font size. So now if you're trying to open in your browser,
Laptop.
okay, this is the last
Mhm.
piece of the screen. Okay, so
Hmm.
when it's come to tab view, we can take like this. So this is the larger size and tab view. Okay, and then a smaller size of the mobile view also. You can able to see the text message. It will be like a 50 pixel only. So if the 50
Hmm.
pixel, it will be supporting for the larger size of the screen, means it is okay. But when it's opening in a mobile view, also the 50 pixel it's supporting means it will look like a bigger size of the text. Okay, so in that case, we
Okay.
have to make it in a proper screening size of the text message. Okay, so for
Hmm.
that only, we are calling a media query here. So you are just calling a media query. Okay, so this
Okay.
is the 576 is the smallest size of the pixel. Okay, so you
Okay.
cannot able to get the exact size of the pixel means go to the inspect. Okay, here you can able to check. So in this place, you are having the mobile option there. Okay, so if I'm
Hmm.
trying to make a Samsung Galaxy image, so automatically the 360 pixel is coming here. You can able to see.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the exact case of the pixel. So you have to call the pixel value here. Okay, and then you have to make the what are the styles you want. Okay, so now see the largest size is a yellow color and the tab view is the blue color and the smallest size is the green color. Okay, so now we can check. So this is the yellow color. Okay, and if I'm
Hmm.
making a tab units, where is the red is coming? Okay, yeah, blue
Red
color.
is the up. Yeah.
This is a tab view, and this size is not coming. Red is taking here. Okay,
Green
for
is not
that,
coming, I believe.
Green, the size is too small. You only give 5 px.
hmm, you can
Font
try.
The font
size,
size
we can increase the font size. Probably
This is
that
a
might be the case we are not able to see.
so here we can make up 15 pixel, 35 pixel, 50 pixel, and here we can reduce the size. So what is the Samsung size we are seeing? Okay, we can make it in a 300 pixel. This is a red color. Now we can try. See, the
Hmm.
red is coming
Yeah.
and the green is coming.
Hmm.
If they open, if the user is trying to open in the tab unit, just text it will come, and in a larger size it will come.
Okay. So
Okay.
media query help us to, I mean, to get that anything flexible with respect to the screen size. Is that?
Yes. Okay. So it's
Okay.
like a responsive thing. But so see here we are just calling on only one tag. Okay. So but in a real time projects, or you're also doing the first CSS project, right? So the first CSS project means in HTML itself, we are having a more than 200 lines or 500 lines of the code. So if you are calling media query by using a CSS means you have to call the each tab name inside each section. Okay, and then you have to make a different size, different padding, different margin, everything. You have to write inside the each pixel size. Then only it will support. Here we are calling only an H1 tag. It's easy for making a proper size of the screen. But if you are doing the project means you have to call each section in a different pixel value and then only it will support. In that case only we are using a Tailwind and Bootstrap. So Tailwind and Bootstrap, we are not need to choose any media query here. Automatically, if you are writing the style itself, automatically it will support all the size of the screen. Okay. So for now, we are just learning a CSS only. By using a CSS, we are having only one option as a media query only to make it in a responsive model. Same like the image also. Okay, so we can try the image. Just call the img tag. Then make it as a 70 pixel. I think we are missing one value. The 9 tab view is not coming here. Why? Now you can see. So this is the larger size of the screen. Okay. So the 992 pixel size, tab view, and the green color is what? Yeah, mobile view. And this is the smaller size of the mobile. Okay, so like this only you have to write each section for each. So you have to call if you're creating a div or if you're making a flex or like a image gallery also, each tab name you have to call in each pixel value and then only it will support in a responsive thing. Can able to understand?
Cannot we write external CSS and instead of
No,
writing?
your voice is not audible.
Cannot we write an external CSS, okay, and put all that media in one CSS, and then we can call it from that HTML instead of
Yeah,
writing an inline?
yes, you can able to do it. Okay, so in a real-time project, we have to create an external CSS content. This is for testing purpose. We are just calling a tag name here. Okay, we are just using an internal CSS. So if you are creating a project means you have to create a separate CSS file like this, and here only you have to write all the codes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just you can call the link here. Okay, and then the CSS it will support to the particular HTML. Others having any doubt?
Inside the media query, can we give like max width? Is there any option like that, like a minimum? Can we give a range for media queries?
Which one here?
Okay, like can we use like two values, like one is minimum and another one is maximum? Is it possible like that?
You can try and see which one you want to make it in a maximum value.
So here we are using one is 300 pixel and another one is 576, right? So for the first one, we can try like minimum value is 300 and the maximum value is like 400.
Okay.
I don't know if it will work. I am just asking. I don't know. That's why.
You can try and see whether it is working or not. You can change the color. Which color we are using? Only minimum only it will support in a media query. Maximum it will
Okay.
not support.
Okay.
Okay.
So only one variable it supports media, like minimum width, and we have given. And what about minimum width colon 20 pixel or 200 pixel? And then I also wanted to add a minimum width or height. Can I include that?
Will not include it. Okay, only the width
Only.
only has to support here. Okay, because we
Oh,
are increasing the width only. We are not increasing the height of the screen. Okay. So if you are trying to open a mobile view also, the height it will not consider. Only the width only it will consider. That is the reason we are calling a minimum width here and making a pixel value here.
okay. So media only support minimum. It won't support maximum. And it only support width. None other than anything else, right?
Yes. Inside of it only, you have to call all the styles. What are the things you are using inside an HTML? All the tab names you have to call in each section, and then you have to make what are the size of the screen you want.
Okay. Okay. Much clear.
Okay. Okay. Have you all started doing your CSS project? Yes, guys, what happened? Have you all started doing your CSS project or not?
Yes, ma'am, we have started.
What about others?
Yes, we'll start.
What is the difference between EM and REM? EM and
EM
REM
is
is actually the
EM is relative to the parent element, while REM is relative to the root element, which defaults to the value of 16 pixel. So when we say 5 REM, it will be like 5 into 16 pixel.
Okay. Here I'm creating a background color. Not this one. Use this. Here we have to follow over. Will come in a zooming effect. Okay. So here you can specify the duration time. Okay. So without a transition thing, if you are using a hover and making a backward columnist, if the mouse is moving to the particular element itself, automatically the style will it will take it will automatically come immediately. Okay, so you want to make some time means in that case you can call a duration here. Okay, so here if I given a 5 seconds and see it will take a 5 seconds time to come the next value. Okay, so for image overing effect all you can able to use a scaling model here. Okay, so you're having a scaling animation and then we're having a rotate also. Here if I use a 1.5 what will happen? Instead of scale, you can use a rotate. For rotate here, you have to call the degree. This is another animation style. And we have a translate. See, it will move the position from the x-axis. Okay, here if I'm making a y moves, see, okay. So like the style all, you can use Z index. Already we are learning the Z index, right? It's like an overlapping the images. So in that case, in a single box itself, you can create a two box, okay, and make a two box into a next to next image, like a overlapping an image. Okay, if the user is trying to click the particular button itself, only the first image that to come in a front screen. Okay, in that case, all you can able to call the this animation style. And what also the keywords. Okay, this is also it will change the position. So these are the simple animations. So yesterday I showed some projects to you. In a copy project, in a front screen, in a top section, they given some animation to you. It's like a slider image. Okay, automatically the image is moving without giving any functionality there. Okay, so like this you want to make in your project means you have to use a keyframe. This is also an animation module. You can use a photo. And then what? For default color, here we are not supposed to call the over effect. Okay. So for this, we have to call the keyframe here. Zero percentage. We are having the three images, right? How many images we are having? Only three. Background, repetition, no repeat, position. So, okay, not only a 0%, 50%, 100%. You can make it in a like a 15%. Okay, so here we can copy this and change into a 15%. Again, here we can copy this 15 minutes. We can make it in a 40. Not a 40, we can use a 35. This is a 50. Here, if you want, you can make it in a 75%. If you want to increase the time in this, 25. It will take time to come the next image. Okay, so like the styles also you can able to add in your project. So you're doing the first CSS project, right? So all the animation and all the PDF query, everything you have to add in your project. Okay. So we are having a separate website for the styles also, like a button style. You want to make a button animation. Okay, you can see in some other website, if you click the submitted button, it will give some other animation style for them. Okay, in that case, I think here we are having an option. See, for button animation. So here itself you can able to get the style. Okay, HTML code and then this is the CSS code. So with the icons also you can able to use. So here itself they are using a favicon icon. See, they are pasting the link. Okay, and then they are using a favicon icon here. From this website also you can able to take some animation style one. Or you want to make a different animation, let's go to this website. And try some animation from here. You can take it from this website also. I think few
Can
box
we
will
use
be
these
there.
animations in the project?
Yes, you can use. You can take it the source code from here. Okay, see already they given the source code. So you want to use like this style in your web page, you can see this and you can take it from here. So this is like a over effect animation. I think this is a button one, not for this one. See, like this also it will come. Then try this. So how we are creating the chess box? Same style only they given here. That's all. Now see, okay. So here also we can able to add some images here. So they are given a empty cube box. Okay. So the empty cube box is coming from the wall. I think they have created the spaces as a wall. From the wall only they are giving the cube model. Yes. Here see, just call the background image. Not here. Yes, here only. Like this also you can able to add some animation in your web page. Okay, so these are the websites that we have. Any doubt in this? So your CSS topics or I think it's completed. Yes. So tomorrow we can go on to the framework as a bootstrap. Okay, in your Besant we having only a framework as a bootstrap. I will tell how to use the tailwind also. Tailwind also it's comparing to the bootstrap, tailwind also is very easy to use. So first we can see the bootstrap and then we can move on to the tailwind. Okay, so before that you have to start doing your CSS first project. After completing the two frameworks, you have to start doing the second project. Okay.
Ma'am, can you paste those two links, ma'am, to like animation and other one?
To share the CSS documentation to you. Okay, today I will
Yeah,
share the
sure.
document. From the
Okay.
documentation, I can start learning the CSS topics.
Sure, ma'am. Thanks.
Others having any doubt? Okay, guys. One second, wait. I
Uh,
will check your attendance.
uh, Shweta, we have time, right? 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Can we go to W3 school and check, I mean, if there is any tag that, I mean, we are missing and we can cover it within this 10 minutes?
What are the tags you want? So everything is there. What are the things we are learned it now? All the things will be there in a VS Code also. Okay, so
Yeah,
you
no, no.
have to take learn everything from the thing. So don't first learn the documentation. What are the things I am sending there? Then you can move on to
Mhm.
the W6 school.
Okay.
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 So in case
Sure.
in a W3 school, if any other tag you are seeing it's not able to understand this, just click the
Mhm.
tag and then sir, you can come and ask with me. I will explain it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So not only in the W3 school, we are having a mini website for HTML and CSS. Okay. So you want to learn, you can search it in Google and see. In HTML also we are having a separate website. For CSS also we are having a separate website for that. So in W3 school, it's like a simple task they will give.
Yeah, official MDN web docs is best for learning, I guess.
You know the website?
Yes, I have the website. Yeah,
You can ping the link over here if you have so.
yeah. Let me share it with you.
Yeah, appreciated.
You can share it in our group itself. Okay. Just leave this website and if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay. Okay, guys. Then we can wind up. Thank you, guys.